Alright y'all, I'm back and we're gonna have some fun like we always do. Let's get into it. I put up yet another episode of The Expression Podcast exclusively on patreon.com/AdrianExpression. This week the episode is entitled Pick Your Battles and Then Fight Them Hoes. We got a lot of interesting topics from the patrons to talk about that episode, so make sure that you go ahead and check it out. Now, let's just talk. First of all, I'm gonna show you this picture. This is an image of Viola Davis and her fellow colleagues and actresses in The Woman King, in the upcoming movie, The Woman King. I'm excited to see it. Like I said before, I know that there was something going on with Michelle Obama and Viola Davis portraying her or something. I said this before and I'll say it again. I pretend I do not see. What I do see is The Woman King coming up, and I am very excited for that. I want Viola Davis to take her machete, to take her spear and literally lunge it through my heart. I deserve it. I deserve it. Literally slice my face up and slash my throat. I deserve it. Viola, stab me. Real quick, Multiverse of Madness news. I feel like there should be a multiverse segment in every video. I'm not gonna do that to y'all. But recently Elizabeth Olsen was asked who she would want to play her father, to play Magneto when it comes to Scarlet Witch and all this shit. And I feel like because the multiverse and all that shit is open now, we're traveling to different universes, they can take the characters and the actors and stuff from these previous movies that we had and mix it up, shake it up. It's the multiverse. You can do whatever the hell you want. And so when she was asked who she'd prefer to play, like either the OG Magneto, Sir Ian McKellen, or the new one, Michael Fassbender, she went with Sir Ian McKellen. She said, I'm gonna go with Sir Ian McKellen. I had the biggest crush on him. I just thought it was his first of all. And then Sir Ian McKellen saw it, and I think on Twitter or something, he responded and he said, if I had a daughter, I hope she'd be like Elizabeth. It would be a treat to be her father. It would be a treat to be her daddy. I'm just like, make it happen. Marvel Studios, Disney, the big greedy mouse, make it happen. Y'all make everything else happen, bitch. But let me tell you something, and I'm not going to do too much, because I need to move on to other topics, but let me tell you something. Disney, Marvel, we need to start marketing these cameos in these movies like actual cameos. I said that on Twitter. I'm going to say it again. We need to start marketing these cameos like they're actual cameos. Surprise us. I feel like some of the cameos within Multiverse of Madness would have been even more iconic if we did not know that they were going to show up. I mean, you had one of the main girls coming out for the red carpet for the premiere of the movie, so it's just like, I know that at this point it's hard to keep leaks and all this type of bullshit away from these crazy ass fans, but I think that we can do it. If Beyonce can do a whole fucking surprise album and drop that whole, you know what I mean? Ain't no telling how many NDAs she done gave out. We can do it. You a greedy ass mouse. If a mouse had infinity stones, bitch, it would be Disney. Okay, so y'all can get anything done. Y'all can shift the universe. Market these cameos how we need them. But like I said, you need to make sure you get Sir Ian. Get him in here somehow. I don't care what you do. House of M, I don't care what you do. Get his ass in here. Now, I don't even know if I'm gonna put this topic in the title because I don't know shit about it. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, I don't know anything about it. So apparently Gunna and Young Thug, they were in I don't know if they call it a gang or some shit, YSL, I think it's called Young Slime Life or some shit like that, I don't know. But either way, them and the gang or whatever, the motherfuckers that they around, they got hit with RICO charges. And for me, I'm just like, that sounds like a very heterosexual issue. I'm gonna keep listening to, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know what's going on in that department. I don't know who's gonna, I don't know what's going on. Okay, I don't know who getting charged, I don't know how many people, I don't know what's going on, but it sounds like a very heterosexual issue. I'm gonna keep listening to Material Girl, I need Chanel now boots, and you niggas steady talking because you know I'm the truth. I'm still gonna listen to WandaVision, Stunty Queen, bitch, I'm on the mission, pop the fuck through, come through the system, I'm still gonna be listening to Call Me By Your Name, Tell Me You Love Me, like, that's it. That's my realm of shit. So yeah, that sounds like a problem for the CISSIES. And I said CIS. That sounds like that sounds like a problem for y'all. Sounds like something that y'all gotta sort out. I'm gonna keep listening to Walk 'em Like a Dog, and that's it. Like, that's it, girl. Like, it'd be crazy. I'm like, they be talking, oh my God, the gay agenda, the queer agenda, the queer agenda, the queer agenda. It's like, girl, we are out here butch queening in our Nissan fucking Altima. And ride around the city of ATL like, bitch, we are not worried about no Rico charge. We ain't worried about none of this shit y'all got going on, girl. We are going to brunch and we are staying up. We're going to drag brunch and we're sitting our asses down, bitch. Rico charges sounds like something the heterosexuals got to deal with. I love y'all. Okay, watch this real quick. Watch this real quick. So apparently Anna Wintour, she came to some event and this woman here was doing her job and asked her for her ID. She asked her for her ID. And then Anna Wintour gonna look, I don't know, obviously we can't see through those goddamn Power Ranger ass sunglasses. Oh my God, obviously we can't see through them Arishem fucking Galactus ass sunglasses that Anna Wintour got on. But she looked at the girl who's asking for her ID like, girl, you serious? I'm Anna Wintour. I'm just like, girl, I guess we should have known by that wig. We should have known by that Edna Mode ass wig. Like, we should already know. But you can't be mad at Miss Mouse for doing her job. Like, I don't know why you pressing this. She was almost like, bitch, do you know who I am? Like her face, like her facial expression. Like I said, I can't see through behind the solar panels that she got on her face. But it was almost like, girl, are you serious? And I'm just like, okay, so she doing her job though, girl. Like, you didn't bring your ID? Okay. So Kelani, I think a couple days ago, did this interview with The Morning Hustle, right? And it was just terrible. It was terrible. And people are blaming Kelani for how they acted during the interview, but if you watch the shit, it was crazy. First of all, they started out the interview like playing with, mocking. It felt like mocking Kehlani's pronouns. Kelani does go by, she pronouns as well, but they have said that they prefer they pronouns. So it was like, okay, it was like, all right, that's, once we found the news out, it's like, okay, that's it. But when she went to the interview, it felt like they were that's how they started it out. In my opinion, from how it looked, from how it felt like they were mocking their pronouns. It felt like, and that's how it felt. And obviously Kelani felt the same way too, because this is how they looked in the interview when it started out. Okay? And then after that, the interview, let me make sure I get it right. During the interview, Head Crack, one of the interviewers, asked Kelani if she knew of rapper 070 Shake. And it's like Kelani has been dating 070 Shake since October of 2021. So, and on top of that, one of the other interviewers, I don't even know her name like that, basically asked if Kelani and SZA was dating or if she'd be interested in her or whatever. And Kelani was like, nah, she's my friend. Like, okay, it's cool. And my thing is like, okay, if you go ask a question like that, you already got the answer from Kelani. They was like, nah, we friends, just chill, just move on. If you're gonna ask an annoying ass question like that, you got the answer, move the fuck on. But then the interviewer keeps it going by saying, oh, so there's no scissoring with SZA? What about Megan Thee Stallion? Da, 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 da. So the summary is, you playing with this person's pronouns from the beginning of the interview. You mocking it. That's how it felt. You don't even know who this person has been dating since October 2021. You asking Kelani if they know of her, like if they know of their girlfriend. And then you go into scissoring SZA and all this shit with Megan Thee Stallion. It's just like, to me, I'm like, what other interviewers, what other platforms would give to have artists like Kehlani and whatever, and to ask them questions about their album? Of course, the interview, because they're gonna come up and say that shit. Well, you're gonna act like their entire interview, they didn't ask her anything about music. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, like, there's so many other platforms, so many other interviewers who would have done the research on Kehlani ass, and at least know who they dating. You see what I'm saying? But also they would scrap the scissoring questions and talk about the process of creating music, the process of like creating art in general. How is it being an artist in this day and age? There's so many interesting questions that you could ask, and now y'all just dragged it for no reason. And my thing, and I could talk for an entire eternity about this shit, but a lot of times y'all only play with LGBT people like that. Y'all ever notice that? Y'all don't never get on here asking what these straight male rappers doing with their dicks. Y'all never do that, in my opinion, or at least the way that y'all do it, don't be as direct as when y'all talking to queer artists, especially like gay male artists too, the way that y'all want to be. Y'all hate hearing anything queer, but at the same time, anytime these queer male artists step on the scene, step into y'all interviews, y'all jump in their pants, immediately asking questions about what they do with their dick and ass. Like the dissonance that you bitches have. So I feel like a lot of times y'all only try queer artists like that. And Kehlani had a very interesting response. They was like, I was gonna remain quiet. Every other recent interview has been super bubbly, warm, informative, and open. From start to finish, this interview was cringy, a lot of mockery, and invasive as fuck. This is why your favorite artists always stop doing interviews or people don't want to speak anymore. I'm only speaking to a select few folks anymore who really care about me deeply and have always been in my corner. And she addressed something else. She said, I didn't come any earlier to the interview than I was supposed to. I had just finished Young Jock's radio show, really good energy. I def said hi to everyone. I sat down and they immediately started ODing with the pronouns, felt like a mockery. Every time I started to open up, something shitty came. Asked me if I was scissoring my friend, asked me if I ever heard of my own girlfriend, and much more. I sat through the entire interview really embarrassed and still only said no more interviews after. I was perfectly fine when I walked in, and every single person that came in with me felt how wrong all of it was. Getting up and leaving would have been a cop-out. Cussing someone out would have been awful. I did my best while protecting my energy and being mocked to my face. So yeah, in my opinion, some of these interviewers, some of these platforms, and I could really, there's one that comes across my head all the time when I think of this. Some of them don't deserve, especially like queer art, the beauty of queer artists, the trends that we set, the foundations to new kinds of art that we build. Like, they don't deserve that shit. They don't deserve that shit. I'm happy that Kehlani was just like, I'm gonna go where I'm appreciated and where I'm deeply loved, and where somebody, like where people at least do their goddamn research. Like, are you serious? You know, so I feel like these platforms don't deserve our asses, and I do want everyone to pay attention to how Kehlani was treated, and also to pay attention to the gaslighting, because afterward, I guess the radio show host went up and tried to drag Kehlani, talking about, oh girl, good luck with your album. I heard it only sold 21,000 copies. You coming on here with your crossed arms, acting like we did something wrong when you said nothing wrong. If there's a problem, then you just need to correct us. All type of, it was just gaslighting, in my opinion. What I found is, like, with those kinds of people who say that kind of shit, it's not even worth your breath explaining shit. It's very much remove yourself from around their ass, from around that energy, or move their ass out your way, whichever way, because they're committed to missing the point on purpose. They're committed to, like, literally mocking you, shitting on you, and acting like, oh, well, I didn't do anything wrong. Oh my God, but we don't know pronouns. Oh my God, oh my God. Like, they're committed to not understanding you on purpose. So don't even give no energy to their ass. Move their ass out your fucking way, okay? And whatever reaction you have is warranted. I feel like if Kehlani wanted to fucking cuss you bitches out, she should have and could have. But I just wanted everyone to know that whatever pathway you take to dispel the bullshit from around you, to dispel that nasty ass energy from around you, you take that path. And don't be gaslit into saying, oh my God, you're overreacting. No, you're enforcing boundaries and you're protecting your energy. So yeah, I thought that shit was bullshit. I just wanted to show you this video of the girls, all right? They are protesting outside of the justices' houses. But this one I'm showing you is like them in front of Brett Kavanaugh's house. I think they're chanting like, we won't go back or something like that. There, of course, has been mixed reactions to this. Like, oh my goodness, how could you roll up to a justice's house and be outside there making them feel uncomfortable? Bitch, make these hoes as uncomfortable as they trying to make your ass. That's, you know what I mean? And the thing is, like, they're not running up in your house. They're not burning shit down. They're just making their voices heard, right? While you can sit here and try to strip people of their rights, they should be able to let you know how they fucking feel about that shit. That's the first thing. The second thing is that they've passed bills at the federal level to allow the Supreme Court police to deploy 24-hour protections for justices and their families. I always find it interesting what gets these bitches activated and what doesn't. You know, bitches starving in the street, bitches dying of COVID, you know what I mean? People can't pay their fucking rent. Oh, we're just gonna act like it's just another day in the goddamn life, right? And nothing to see here. But the minute that these Supreme Court justices or that politicians in general try to strip away rights, they activate quickly. Like, oh, we're not trying to protect you bitches, we're trying to protect the people that's trying to strip away your fucking rights. I'm just like, wow, that's very rapid action compared to literally anything else these politicians fucking do. Supreme Court also voided attempts. They also shot down attempts to create no protest buffer zones outside of abortion clinics and outside the homes of abortion clinic employees. So very, very telling there, very telling what they want to accomplish there. So while all of this is going on and while I guess the country is trying to or at least some of the politicians of this country are trying to get everybody united behind this forced birth, no access to abortion bullshit, there is a literal national baby formula fucking shortage. Like, look it up. I mean, I'm sure those of you who are parents will have to, you know, parents of very young children, infants or whatever, already know this. But if you don't, look this shit up. So, but I'm telling you, we're gonna see more of that kind of shit. Less access to shit that kids fucking need, that babies need, but also less access to fucking safe abortions, less access to shit. Okay. It's like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. Check out my description box for all the extra goodies y'all already know. Patreon, relatable content, podcast, my music, all that shit, social media, all that shit. I love y'all so much. Thanks for watching and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.